Right. Okay, we're recording. So I am seriously so excited for this, you guys. Okay, so we have a couple people that promoted last month on our team that are all fairly new in the business. And I'm like, as we looked through, kind of what happened last month, I'm like, it's so crazy because all of these people come from such a different background. They're all relatively new in the business, and they really just have one thing in common. They just hustle really hard. So I'm excited for them to come on here, share their story quickly with you guys, and give just a tip on anything that they feel called to share. So it could be to do with promoting, enrolling, mindset, just any tip that they have to get them, that got them to where they are. I know every single person that you guys are going to hear from tonight are people that will be at the top of this business. And so I'm just seriously so excited. And we have so many people that this is about to be like a 3-part series because there's just so many people. So I'm excited. These are the people that it worked for them tonight. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to just randomly start with Tamara because I see you right there. And so yeah, Tamara, you just want to tell a little bit about yourself, how you got started, what the business has done for you, and just a tip.
Oh, well, sorry. I wasn't expecting you to start with me. I was just taking notes, literally. That's cool. Okay, so my name is Tamara Higgins. I am now an Emerald on this team. I'm going for Diamond this month. I am a full-time working mom. I work in the field of developmental services as a coordinator. My story, I followed Jackie for 14 months on social media. We randomly connected on social media with Jackie, of course, running the business. And I had reached out to her with regards to some product. And I chatted with her about it. And sorry, Caitlin. She's commenting about it being the most frustrating story ever. And so basically, I love you too. Basically, what happened was I reached out to Jackie over some products, and I had gotten some products previously from another distributor. And then I was chatting with Jackie over and over and over again. And basically the long and the short of it is I watched her. I have done other network marketing. I've been part of a couple different companies, nothing that ever really spoke to me, nothing that I was ever successful with. In fact, it was nothing short of frustrating. It was one of those situations, spending more money than any money I ever made. And so I watched Jackie really, really, really closely. Very closely. Things that I was watching for was, how did she reach out and message me? How was she posting on social media? How did she follow up with me? If I ghosted her, would she unfriend me? Would she block me? Right? All of these things. And Jackie didn't know, obviously, that this is that was specifically what I was looking for, right? I wanted to know, how exactly do you run your business, right? And the other thing that I was watching for was she going to quit? Right? Was she going to stick with it? Was she going to quit? So needless to say, I sat there, I watched her earn thousands of dollars in bonuses. I think at that point in time, it was like $95,000 worth of bonuses, something like that. And then one day, this is the part of the story Caitlin hates. She was doing a live video with Caitlin, who had very recently joined her team. And I watched the live video, and Caitlin had just earned, I don't even remember what it was, like $35,000 in bonuses or something crazy. And Jackie had done a live with her to talk about how she got there and how excited she was. And just hearing Caitlin talk to Jackie, there were two things for me. Watching Jackie's excitement over somebody on her team earning that kind of money was an amazing thing to me. And the other piece of it was what that money was doing for Caitlin and how that money had changed Caitlin's life. So ultimately, I ended up shooting her a message saying, I want to join. Jackie's like, awesome, let's get you started. And then I ghosted her again for a lengthy period of time. It was still a few months longer. And then finally, on July 14th this year, I said, you know what, enough is enough. I've been sitting on the sidelines. I know how Jackie follows up. In that 14 months, never once did she give up on me, but she also wasn't a pushy salesperson messaging me constantly, trying to get me to buy in. So yeah, ultimately July 14th, I decided that I was going to join the business. And since then, I told Jackie when I came in, if I was going to work the business, I was going to work the business. And so I work full-time Monday to Friday, and I have been working on average, I want to say anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day on the business. I, in my first month, went executive on my account. 2 weeks later, executive on my 2.0, which is my husband's account. I then rank advanced to Ruby on my account in month 2. And then I rank advanced my 2.0 to Ruby in month 3. It wasn't even quite month 3. And then last month I rank advanced to Emerald. So I've earned a total of $7,000 in bonuses, 2 $1,000 bonuses and a $5,000 bonus. And I am now actually taking time off of my full-time gig following some stuff that's happened in my personal life. And I'm super pumped because I'm going to work the biz full-time for a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of my story, kind of where I came from, and where I've been, I guess, in the last 3 months.
Yeah, and you know what? I just got really frustrated with you all over again hearing that story. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe you've got to go. I'm just joking. Okay, so that's like, okay, that's so inspiring because I know there's so many people that feel like because they work a full-time job, they can't do this. But you are literally the perfect example of like, you just make time for what's important to you, and this extra income was super important to you, and like you did it. No excuses. She literally just put her head down, got to work. She's a rock star, you guys. So what would, like, if you could give one tip like to do with promoting or just anything that kind of got you to where you are right now in such a short amount of time, what would you say?
Well, I wouldn't say that I would only have one tip because that's really tough. But I mean, I won't give a whole lot because I know that there's a bunch of other ladies who are doing amazing things in the business as well, that will have tips. But to be honest, I think the biggest one is using any negativity that you come across in this business. So, you know, every time, somebody tells you, you know, what you're doing is a scam, or, you know, it's a pyramid scheme, or any of that negativity, right? I don't want to see that crap. I don't want to hear that crap. You know, all those kinds of comments and things that you're going to get, the negative comments on your posts and stuff, use that negativity as your fuel for why you're going to do really great things in this business. Because I had so many people telling me, especially like, you know, some of my close friends, people that know me really well, it was like, oh, you did the beach body thing and that didn't go real well for you. And you know what, you're right. It didn't. Like, they're entirely right. But the other piece of it is I didn't have the passion, the motivation, and the drive behind coaching. Right? That wasn't my thing. And so I would just say, take all of the negativity that you're going to encounter, because you'll encounter a ton of it. And the longer and the harder you work this business, the more you're going to receive. And that's just simply because you're having more conversations, right? So I would just say, take that negativity and utilize it as fuel. Because I got to tell you, in doing a bunch of my recent live videos, I've had so many people come back to me that had so many negative things to say when I first started in the business, come back to me and be like, are you actually really like earning that money? Did you really just make a $5,000 bonus?
That sounds familiar to you, Tamara?
That sounds familiar? 100%. Right? And I mean, but I really think that that's the thing though, Jackie, is like, I think sometimes for a lot of people, and I think if we all went into this business with this one thought in our mind is, you know, 95% of the time when somebody's being negative about what we're doing, it's simply because they don't understand what we're doing, right? They view us as, oh, you know, you're an MLM, which means like, you know, you're this pushy salesperson, you just want to rope people in, right? It's to them, it's not about helping people. To them, it's not about helping people feel better about themselves, right? To them, it isn't about these amazing products that we just want to share. It's not about any of those things to them. They just don't understand. Right. So that would probably be my biggest tip.
So just being like, you know, consistent when you feel like it's not working, when you feel like they're not coming around, like just I'm reading the comments, like they do come back around full circle. And I honestly feel like the people that are negative at the beginning of your business, they're either going to block you because they're not going to be able to handle your success, or they're going to join your team. And it's like, you should be good with both of those options. You know what I mean? There's so many people in the world.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm a little annoyed still, but we'll move past it. It's fine.
You'll only be annoyed until I get up to presidential, and then she'll get over it. Yeah, Caitlin will still be mad about it though.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, dude. All right. Let's go right underneath. I see Caitlin Strong. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. a little bit about, you got this. You got this. I know you're a little nervous, but you got this. You guys, Caitlin is a rock star. Caitlin is the, okay, I'll just go. I'll let you tell. Go.
Okay, so I joined this business like not even a year ago, and like I didn't even imagine myself like doing something like this. And like when I started, I did not have $99, and like I asked my dad for the money, like it was crazy. And like we couldn't even afford freaking Christmas presents. Like it was like heartbreaking because I wanted to spend money on Owen and like do stuff with him, you know? So like when I joined this business, I like jumped right in. Like I started watching videos, like learning how to do things, like asking questions nonstop. And I thought it was annoying Natasha, but like no, she was super excited for me, and like she was so super helpful. And like it took me a while to promote, but like I just kept going. Like even when people would tell me no, I would just keep going, and like I wouldn't stop. I would message every single day. I would be posting every single day. Like there wasn't a day that I didn't post. Like if there was, I would be like freaking out about it. But yeah, like I think I went executive like 3 months in. I don't know. Like and then I went to Ruby, I don't know, like 6 months in. But I sat there for like a good 9 months, and then like I had somebody quit. Like to my Emerald chart, there was this Ruby that quit on me, and that was tough. But I didn't let that stop me. I just kept going, and then I promoted to Emerald in October, and then last month I promoted to Diamond, and so yeah, that's about it.
She earned the diamond bonus, and you guys, like honestly, Caitlin, like the best way I can describe it is like Caitlin. I think you can agree. Like promoting to diamond was not like an easy. Like for her, there was like hurdles that she had to overcome, and I remember thinking like, dude, this girl is just not gonna quit. Like anything that came her way, she was just like, I'm gonna do it. Like, and it was like setbacks. Like, and I was like, I mean, in this business, you have to expect setbacks, but there was just, it was like, she was like running through brick walls and just like taking them down. And I was like, dude, and she promoted. So what would be a tip? What do you feel like switched for you? You said you were a slower starter. You promoted a couple months to get to executive at Ruby. How all of a sudden do you just promote to Emerald and Diamond in 2 months?
I don't even know, because like we were talking about like bills were piling up and we couldn't pay bills, and like we were making money with the business, but it wasn't enough. Like we were making like $200-300, but that still wasn't enough to pay all of our bills. So like Dustin was talking about moving in with his dad, and I was like, no, like I don't want to leave my family, and I don't want to move out of state. And so he's like, okay, name a number you're going to get to before we have to move out of our apartment. And I was like, okay, I'll hit Diamond and make $2,000 a month. And I messaged you, and I was like, okay, I need help doing this. And like, I didn't look back. Like I just did it.
And you
but last month I signed over 70 customers and 13 distributors, which is insane.
That is pretty good. That's like a really good month.
I know. I was like, what is going on?
Okay, so can we quickly, before everyone's like, how is she doing that?
How do I do that?
Yes, how do you do that?
I literally just message every single day and tell me what people, like, I do what you guys tell me to do. Like, I'm real with people. I don't, like, go off of any script. I ask people what their budget is. I ask what their weight loss goals are. And I literally just message every single day and post every single day.
So consistency would be like super crucial to your success, you would say?
Yes, exactly.
I seriously, I love hearing that, because sometimes there are people that promote really fast, and there are people at the top of this company that took longer to promote. There is no right way, but it just goes to show like the consistency, like you will be successful. And I love how you do, because you have really high BV orders. When Caitlin enrolls customers, it's not like a cleanse. It's like a cleanse and like everything else that we sell in one order. So I love how you say, what's your budget? And what's your weight loss goal?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming it's you're doing host to post, right?
Yeah, I do host the post, and then I also have this message I send out that I got from the team page.
Nice.
I don't know what it is, but
I'm like, I gotta find that message in the team page.
I can send it to you, but I don't have it right now.
Okay, well, you send me that after because I'm gonna need to do what you're doing. Okay, thanks, Caitlin. You did so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. You're seriously like, you did so much. All right, right above Caitlin, we got Erica.
Hi.
Okay.
So my name is Erica. I've been in the business since August. My story is I've been watching a lot from different people for about a year. I actually was going through my old messages and I noticed that I had turned down someone a year ago, mainly because I didn't see them like progressing. I didn't see them posting. I didn't see them like consistent. And then I saw this girl, Nicole, and I was just looking at her posts and, you know, seeing that she was really consistent. And when we started talking, you know, she was really upfront and honest with me about like, you know, what she was making, how, you know, how she loved the business and everything. So I ended up signing. I honestly didn't have the $99 to spend. It was probably like my last $99, but I knew that I just knew that it was something that I had to do. And if I didn't do it now, I was never going to do it. So I didn't for August and September. It was kind of like, you know, I was posting constantly. I was messaging. I was getting some loyal customers, some DTs. I got my first DT in September, so like a month later. But then October, something changed, and I don't know, like I had like a fire under my butt, and it lit, and I not only boxed myself for executive, but I also boxed myself for Ruby. In a matter of 3 days, I ended up hitting executive, and then on the 31st, I hit Ruby. And I got the $1,000 bonus. I don't have a 2.0, so, you know, that's right now, this is my only source of income. I was working full time, but, you know, things happen and got laid off. So I've been doing this, and honestly, like for me, it's consistency that works like the most, and sharing like my struggles is another thing too. I'm not trying to like, you know, say too many things, but you know, it's just, I don't know. I was just messaging constantly. I was posting. I was doing host to post like crazy. You know, I mean, I had people ghost me. I had people block me and delete me, but I didn't let it bother me. I just kept going. And yeah, so that's pretty much my story.
It was crazy. The end of last month, like I was just thinking about that. Like you literally promoted to executive, and then she was like, she didn't even like take a breath. She's like, yeah, I'm going Ruby. And then she was like 1,000 or whatever you were away. And then every day she was like 900, 800, 600, 400. I'm like, dude, can you just chill? Like, what are you doing? Like, you guys are crazy. So yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. And I just love that you just didn't give up, you know? It's like, it was like the last couple days of the month. A lot of people check out. They are like, oh, it's, you know, I need 1,000 to get to Ruby. So they wait till next month. Like, no, you got to do it this month. And so consistency, would you say, is like, you know?
Absolutely. Because I mean, if you're not consistent, if you're not following up with people, they're not going to come to you. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how many I had that were supposed to order back in August, but then came in October because I was still following up with them. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, it's fortunes in the follow-up, honestly.
What's an example? Like, what would you, like, how are you following up with people? So let's say I've talked to you about the cleanse before and I ghost you. And now it's end of October and you're trying to get volume in. What's the message look like to me?
So I kind of just send like a generic, I'm like, hey girl, you know, what's holding you back? Like, I know we talked back in, you know, August about you starting on the cleanse. Like I have I have one opening left. I also offer free samples too. So that's like another thing that I do. You know, I have I have a few samples that I can send out if you order, and let's get you in. And actually, that really works.
Clearly. You brought in so much volume at the end of last month.
I know.
Well, I'm seriously I'm just so proud of you and pumped for you, and I know it's shortstop. You'll be going Emerald and Diamond very soon.
Oh, yep.
I'm
Definitely.
just really proud of you. You kill it.
Oh, thanks, Jackie.
You're welcome. All right, we got Deanne.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you again. I mean, I see you all the time.
How are you?
I talk to you all the time. So
I'm excited. I'm seriously so excited for just people to hear your story. I'm so inspired by you.
Well, thanks. I'm pretty nervous, but I'll just do my best. So I started August 26th, and I didn't know really anything about the business. I mean, I've heard of it, but I didn't. My daughter posted something on Facebook, and I contacted you, Jackie, and then I just jumped in. I didn't even think about it. It was just God said, this is for you. And so I started and got loyal customers all through September, but I didn't push myself like I should have. I didn't post every day. I mean, I posted once in a while, maybe once a day. I didn't, I was really nervous about the friends list and reaching out to my friends. And so, or, just Facebook friends. And so October hit and I was like, I am going for it. And I think it was October 25th, I hit Ruby. And so I was just on fire. I just knew I had to do this. And so I'm working, I still, message people, I still follow up. And that's the biggest thing for me is following up with people, because they do leave you hanging. And they're interested, but I think like you say all the time, they're watching you. And I feel like that's really important to put yourself out there, show them what you're doing, show them you, as you say, and just really letting them know that you care about them and about their health and about just, making them better people. And that's kind of like my motto, is just making people better people, better versions of themselves, basically. My biggest tip, like I said, is follow up, consistency. And I wasn't doing that in September. And I found that when I was doing that in October, it made me feel better. And I think also, and that's how I hit Ruby, I think.
That's so awesome. And then now it's Emerald and Diamond. Right.
Well, the thing was, I had been praying to do something. I needed financial freedom. I am going to be 50 next month. And so I was like, this is crazy. I can't just go into, I teach, so we don't get bonuses when we, as a teacher. So I was just like, I need some extra income, but I'm not going to continue. I don't want to continue. I want to retire very soon. And so this business is helping me get to that point. So.
Oh, that makes me seriously, this makes me so happy. It actually makes me so happy. And you're so good at what you do. Me and Krista all the time, we're like, Deanna's just so good. Oh my gosh, I'm really thankful that we got connected, because you're just, like I said, I'm so inspired by you, and I just think you're so amazing.
Well, I thank you guys. I thank you and Krista. Krista's been amazing. Been really helping me and guiding me too. So I just appreciate you guys greatly.
Krista is awesome. Which reminds me, Krista. Okay, don't cry on here, Krista, okay? Just don't be crying on here, Krista. All right. Last but not least, Krista. Here, I'll unmute you. Oh,
I unmuted me.
unmuted
Oh
you.
my gosh. I'm gonna try not to cry. You know, I probably will. I'm like so emotional today. I just got like slammed at the mall with like being overwhelmed of like how grateful I am. Oh my gosh. So my story, my name's Krista Santos. I'm 41 years old. I'm not a 20-something doing this job. My story, I've known Jackie for like almost 20 years. So we were Facebook friends, obviously. And she was posting about the cleanse. She's posting about lots of stuff. And I never messaged her. I think she started in March and I messaged her in November. So consistency. Okay. So we were super strapped for cash. But I actually messaged her not for the business. I messaged her because I reached that point last November where I just couldn't handle how depressed I was. I was so sad because I finally had my miracle baby after 11 years. But now I was trapped. I was staying at home with him, which I love. That's my dream. But we couldn't afford anything. Literally, it was like I hadn't had my hair cut in at least a year. There was nothing for me. And it was that wanting to be able to do everything for your child and not being able to. And then kind of the stuff that goes with that of, then you eat whatever and you try and make yourself feel better emotionally through food. And so anyways, over the 5 years of having my precious son, I had kind of ballooned in weight. And so I was like 175 pounds. And I just was so feeling crappy going into the Christmas season, knowing I'm probably going to put on another 5 or 10 pounds because it's Christmas. And Christmas is just hard. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but Christmas is a hard emotional season. There's a lot of stuff that comes up for people at that time, especially for me. So anyways, I reached out to Jackie. I said, does this really work? I ordered the cleanse on the 3-month thing. I remember being really paranoid about that 3-month thing because it was a big deal for me to spend like $57, like it was like Canadian, which is like $1 million. Anyways, it's like $70 with taxes and shipping to get this cleanse. And I ordered it in November. And I remember Jackie actually messaged me on Black Friday because I was away, and she messaged me and was like, hey, there's this 25% off deal. I know you wanted to, did you want to order anything? It's a 1-day thing for Black Friday. And I was with my girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And so I ordered the triple threat and I started it. And in 3 months, I lost 30 pounds. And people around me started to notice and were like, what the heck are you doing, girl? And so then, of course, over that time, I'm still seeing Jackie post, and I'm like, Jackie, are you really making money at this? Because clearly I have some customers lined up, so I don't want to give them to you, because if I can make money at this, well, then I should, because I need it. So she's like, yes, you can. But she wasn't like, she didn't pressure me at all. She was like, hey, do you really want to do this? Because I've known her for a long time, and she really valued me, and she showed me that she valued me and wasn't just trying to coerce me into doing something. And so I said, okay, I'm doing this. And so I signed up, got my first 4 customers, and within 3 months I went diamond. And I couldn't quite believe that. Funny thing is, backstory, the day after I hit diamond is the day they started the diamond bonus. Just saying. I might never get over that. You know how you're like still upset about Tamara and that whole thing? I might never get over the fact that like I missed my emerald bonus window because I actually hit emerald and diamond like a day apart because of how the volume was structured and how I hit that. But it was like, are you kidding me? So like every single bonus on this train, I'm gonna miss. Anyways, super, super frustrating. Anyway, so my first bonus that I earned actually was on after I hit diamond, I had enrolled my husband, and my first bonus I earned was on my husband hitting ruby. I was like, yes, $1,000. Like Jackie's like, I've earned $95,000 in bonuses. I'm like, dang you, Jackie. Anyways, I'm not competitive at all. No red here. So anyways, yeah, so the cool thing is through all that, my confidence just built, my joy in what I'm doing has built. I know now, like I know so much. I know that I can build somebody else on my team to diamond. I know that I can repeat this process over and over again. The great thing about the great thing about it is that really the steps to success, like there's steps. You walk up the steps. You walk up the steps. It's not a slide to success. It's a steps to success. And if I can encourage you guys, I mean, do the steps, because you do them over and over and it seems repetitive. It seems like, oh, but I've already told my story. I told it that one time. Wasn't everybody listening that day? No. So repeat the steps, repeat the steps, repeat the steps. The other thing that I have to say that really, really helped me to do this is actually, if you haven't listened to it, do it tonight and then do it every freaking day for the rest of your life. That's all I'm going to say. The Strangest Secret will change your life. So get on YouTube, search up Denise Walsh, The Strangest Secret, and just start listening, and you can send me a thank you note later. But seriously, writing down your goal, that's part of that thing. I wrote down my goal. I carried it around with me. I got my little pink note cards. They say the same thing. I had multiple, okay, because I was like, I'm going to put it in this purse. I got it in this jeans. I'm just like, these little cards are all over my life, because you got to keep your goal in front of you so that you can achieve it. Because when you get distracted, you lose sight of it. This keeps you focused. It says here, I am making $5,000 this month. Guess what? Guess what I made last month? Woo, 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 right? I'm earning a $10,000 bonus. It's on the card, guys. It's on the card. Watch The Strangest Secret. Best advice I can give you. This was the coolest thing, actually. I had done a Zoom, I think, with Pam Souter, and she had done a really great, amazing teaching thing after I hit diamond. And it was like, write down who you want to be. Who do you want to become? What kind of leader? And the people that you want to attract on your team. And one of them, the things that I had written down was, I want to inspire people. I want to inspire my team to succeed. I want to inspire them to success. And yeah, I even just tonight, Jessica Schroeder just commented, and of course made me cry, but she just commented on my video tonight and said that I inspired her. And I'm like, okay, like seriously, there's like a checklist on here, and I'm like, okay, this is amazing. But keeping those steps, keeping the goal right in front of you guys, it's huge. But think about who you want to be. Who do you want to be at the end of the day? Who is that? And those are the people that you want to attract onto your team, and those are the people you want to work side by side with. I'm not dragging anybody up the hill. I have amazing teammates, and I'm so thankful for every single one of them. Everybody comes with their own story, their own reason why, and what is inspiring and motivating them. But like just that being real and being transparent and authentic about who you are, and putting that positive, good stuff out there is huge. Yeah, I think, what did I write down? I did write down notes. Okay, yeah, the big word I landed, I think everybody said that, is consistency. And for me, I'm a really emotional, like I feel things very deeply. And so initially, like one of my biggest, you know how you have that like the person where you're like scared to message them, and you do, and you're like, just took all my courage to message you person. I'm the only one who has that. Oh my gosh. Anyways, early in my business, I was like, okay, I am doing this. I'm doing the hard thing. Do the hard thing, Krista. Messaged like the hardest person on my list. And I got like the biggest like smackdown no of my life. I've already tried those products. The wraps don't work, blah, blah, blah. Done. Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm crushed. And like literally, I've never unfriended or blocked anybody in my life. I don't even know how to do that on Facebook, but I was thinking about it. And for me, like that's huge. I was literally like, maybe they don't want to see my posts. She was really, really mean to me. I want to unfriend her. No, that would, I don't know. Anyways, so I didn't, because I didn't actually know how. But lo and behold, so that was at the end of February, because I just started it like the last week of February this year. And I'm not kidding you, July 31st, who messages me and is like, okay. And I love how people that are really negative to you, when they message you, they're like, okay, I'm curious. What about this? Why do they always talk like that? Like you're in the middle of a conversation. Anyways, so she reaches out to me, is like, okay, what about that keto coffee? You piqued my interest. Can you come over, bring samples? And I'm not kidding you guys, like 260 BV later, she's my customer. So the biggest no's just mean big no, not yet. So yeah, anyways, be consistent, show up, do your thing, and don't worry about what all the other people are saying or doing or not saying or not doing or whatever. You do you, and you do it well, and you do it consistently, and you show up to work every day, and you will reap the rewards. So that's all I got.
We're going to have to teach you how to unfriend on Facebook, but we'll do that later. I'm just joking. That's seriously so good. It's seriously so good. You guys, I'm so just like inspired by all of you guys. And I'm like reading the comments. I know everybody is. But I like, from what I'm taking from this, and I hope a lot of you guys are taking the same thing, like success leaves clues. And every one of these people that spoke tonight, you know, they work their business differently, right? They post differently, they message people differently, they do different things, but they're all successful and they're just all consistent. Like, it's so crazy about how simple that really just is. Like, people start this business and they do it for 2 weeks or a month. And in the moment, that feels like a really long time, right? A month to maybe not get traction. And I get that. But when you think about how this next year is just going to go by like that, like this one has, isn't it worth it to be consistent when you, even if you don't feel like it's working, it's like you just have to have faith in what you're doing and have like faith in yourself, because anybody can be successful at this business, anybody. And it's just up to you. It's like, there's money on the table for you. Are you going to take it or not?
Yeah.
I'll take it. Like, I'm here. So anyways, you guys, I really appreciate all of your time tonight. And you guys are so inspiring. Like, I almost want to cry, but you guys know I have no feelings, so I won't cry. But you guys, I'm just joking. But you guys,
I'll cry for you, Jackie. I'll cry for you.
I'm just joking. I do cry. I cry. I play like I don't. I cry. But seriously, you guys are all awesome. And I know that Diamond and Double Diamond and Triple Diamond and Presidential Diamond are just so close. And Elan Ambassador, we're not going to stop the presidential. Like, let's just might as well add that last one in. But thank you guys so much. And you'll be hearing from these people more. Mark my words.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you guys. I'll post this recording ASAP. Okay. Bye, guys.